My kids wanted me to take them to the mall. I didn't think anything about doing it in front of them, even though I knew it was illegal. Then my oldest started driving. Like father, like son. Gotta read that text right now. But he took a life, and now his is shattered too.
Addiction has many faces. Texting and driving when you know it's life-threatening and illegal can be one of them. Take back control. Put the phone down.
Brought to you by the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, the South Dakota Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Hop into Easter brunch at the Box Elder Event Center on Sunday, April 20th from 10 to 2. Indulge in a brunch buffet full of favorites like Eggs Benedict, French toast, salmon, beef tips, and so much more. The kids will love the bounce houses, face painting, balloon art, and photos with the Easter Bunny. Heroes save 20%. Military, first responders, and teachers use exclusive coupon codes. Reservations are required. Grab your tickets now at thebox.live.
If you want the peace of mind that your next pre-owned vehicle is the best it can be, you want Honda True. And you only find it at Danny Manholt Rushmore Honda. Our Honda certified pre-owned vehicles are thoroughly inspected and backed by 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, up to 2 complimentary oil changes, 24/7 roadside assistance, inspection report, and 3-day exchange. You simply can't buy the wrong vehicle. Search our inventory at honda-true.com or see us at Denny Manholt Rushmore Honda.
Cadillac Jacks is Deadwood's exclusive home of the Roaring Riches Jackpot. Just be actively playing your favorite slot machine with your club card engaged for your chance to win. The Roaring Riches Jackpot starts at $7,500 and must hit by $10,000. Plus, you can keep up to the minute on the current Roaring Riches total on your Cadillac Jacks mobile app. Roaring Riches has already paid out $2 million. Anyone at any time on any spin. You could be the next to win. Only at Cadillac Jacks Gaming Resort.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. Mixed precipitation possible at times. Tonight, otherwise cloudy skies expected. Lows dip down to about 31. Northerly winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected again tomorrow. A mixture of precipitation likely. Highs level off around 40. About an inch of snow tonight through tomorrow. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Currently, it's 37 degrees.
Get away from it all in the great outdoors for lasting family memories with a new or pre-owned RV from Dakota Discount RV. We make your RV experience fun and easy by providing you with a quality recreational vehicle, competitive pricing, and professional sales and service. Our large inventory of fifth-wheelers, travel trailers, toy haulers, and live-in horse trailers allows us to save our customers thousands of dollars compared to most dealers. Stop by and see us at Dakota Discount RV, 3330 East Mall Drive across from Cabela's and on JB Road, Blackhawk.
Live callers, big-time interviews, and breaking sports news. This is South Dakota's sports talk show, The Nate Brown Show.
Welcome back in. The Nate Brown Show is on Fox Sports Radio. Tuesday edition of the program, South Dakota Sports Talk Show Live. 605-720-1067. That's the Pizza Ranch Studio Hotline for you, powered by the Pizza Ranch. 3809 East 10th Street, Sioux Falls, also in Brandon, and 2 locations in Rapid City. Home of everyone's favorite buffet, your locally owned and operated Pizza Ranch tonight. Let's see if Frank Schwab can track us down here. Let's see if Frank can track us down. He's covering the league owner meetings. Busy, but we got him. Let's see if we can get him here. Frank Schwab, Yahoo Sports, straight ahead. Jerry Brewer's on tap, WashingtonPost.com, national columnist Jerry Brewer also on the way. What I'm talking to Frank about, let's see if we can track him down at the league owner meetings. What I'm talking to Frank about is this, okay? This is an interesting story coming out of the league owner meetings, is the tush push. You guys, do you know where I stand on the tush push? I'll tell you again. I don't like the play. It's a bad play. It's not a football play. It's an advantage to the offense, an unfair advantage, and a false advantage with 2 players behind the quarterback and pushing with all the momentum, and they can time the snap count and the whole thing. So I think it's a bad play. I'm with the Green Bay Packers, who brought it to the league owners today and said we should ban the tush push then people whine and they say, well, Philly's just better than everybody at it. Yeah, that's fun. I get it. It's an unfair play. It's an unfair advantage for the offense in a league that gives the offense every advantage in the world already. So here's what happened today. They have 16 teams in favor of it. You know, you would say, well, that's it. That's over half there. It's good. You need 24. You need 24 to change a rule. That's the NFL bylaws. So they've got 16 teams right now in favor of banning the tush push where you push the quarterback for the first down. 16 teams. To change the NFL bylaws, you need 24. So that's why it got tabled. They're going to bring it back up in May. They're going to have more here in the spring. In May, that's, I think, where they're going to bring this back up. Here's the tweak. That's the ultimate tweak. Nobody's really talking about it. I think this is great. I think it's outstanding. And you can tell me, they want to add, instead of targeting the Eagles on just the quarterback tush push for Jalen Hurts, they said, let's ban all offensive player movement where you move the runner forward. Let's ban it all. So that's the tweak that Green Bay's looking at adding here. That's the tweak that Green Bay's going to add. I just said this on the show yesterday. That's the tweak that I like. That is the tweak that I want. So who's not in favor of this? As we get ready to invite Frank Schwab into the program, national NFL writer, yahoosports.com. This is the type of thing I want. It would ban players from pushing ball carriers downfield when the big old linemen grab them and push them downfield. That's the tweak that they want to add in. Aren't we in favor of this? Let's go to Frank Schwab talking NFL league owners and the tush push. Frank, welcome in. How are you?
Doing well. How about you?
Doing good, man. Thanks for hopping on. So here's what I was just getting at. The tush push gets 16 teams to say yes. People think, well, that's enough. That's over half the league. We're good. You need 24. Do you think ultimately they may get there in May? Because now it looks like they want to add, instead of just the quarterback tush push, pushing the ball carriers where we've seen so much over the past few years. Where do you think this is going in the league?
I don't know. We talked about this on our podcast today, Inside Coverage, with Charles Robinson, my colleague. Had some really good insight on it, and basically said, like, you don't want to put this up and have it fail, because, especially fail miserably, if it were to lose 22-10 or whatever, and you need twice as many votes as that, you can't bring it up next year. So I wonder if they're just going to kind of table it again because they don't have the support to, get it banned anyway. And then we're going to see, and this sounds callous, but I think we all know what I mean. For the people who want the tush push banned, you're going to need a major injury. You can't point to anything right now. There's no data that says this play is any more dangerous than any others. There's been no major injury going on with that. This is about the tush push. I agree with you on the rest of the stuff, that it would include, linemen pushing 10 yards downfield and stuff, but we're talking about the tush push. So there's been no injury. Like, anybody, the Bills and Packers just sound weird when they're like, well, there's no data to back this up, but there's going to be a major injury eventually. Well, there's major injuries on every single football play. So, but if Josh Allen blows out an ACL on a tush push, then you're going to see some movement towards it getting banned next year. That's just how things work. I'm not rooting for this man anyway, by the way, but you can kind of see how this would set up. So I think basically they're going to table it again in May, and we're not going to get a resolution, and the Eagles are going to get another year out of it.
Okay, let's go to the things that have been changed. What do you think about the touchback going all the way out to the 35? What do we say?
I like it because I think they screwed up last year. The 30 wasn't enough of a punishment for the touchback, and you could see it happening during preseason. I saw it happening. One of the few things you get right. I could see by week 2, at some point, especially by week 3 of the preseason, coaches were just boot it out of the end zone. We'll take it at the 30. We're not risking these 40, 50, 60 touchdown returns. coaches are very risk averse. They don't want. They look at it like, okay, the 30's fine. Like we might gain a couple yards here and there, but we don't want to give up the big play. The 35 changes the math, though. All of a sudden, you're getting in that territory of, well, we can't just give Patrick Mahomes the ball at the 35-yard line the whole game. Like that's not easy. You're pretty close to field goal range with a couple of first downs. So I like it. I think it's going to lead to more kickoff returns, and that was the way that's what they wanted out of the rule. They just didn't get it because they didn't think correctly on what the 30-yard line meant for touchbacks.
Frank Schwab joining us, national NFL writer, YahooSports.com on the Pizza Ranch studio hotline. One more. Overtime, both teams are going to get it in the regular season. Why has overtime been so up and down and around?
I don't get it. Like, I've always said this, and I'll continue to say that. I know that I don't think I'm in a majority here. If you can't get a stop on the first series of an NFL overtime, and I'm talking about a stop, keeping out of the end zone, you can allow a field goal and get the ball. If you can't stop them from scoring a touchdown on a drive, you don't deserve to get the ball. Like, period. Like, football's played on offense and defense. If your defense cannot stop them from scoring a touchdown, why do I think you deserve to have the ball yourself? Like, that's part of the game. If you lose a coin toss, you got to tell your defense, keep them out of the end zone. That's it. That's the only job you have, and that should be a reasonable ask to an NFL defense. I think that one game where Josh Allen didn't get the ball against Kansas City, that great game in the divisional round, that just kind of changed it. It kind of screwed with everybody's heads of this. And now, you want to, now we got to make it fair in a regular season, and it's only going to be 10 minutes, so you're going to see a lot of ties. I think we're going to get more ties than ever this season, because when both teams have to possess the ball in an overtime, 10 minutes is usually not enough time to decide these things. So I hate it. I think it just should. I was fine with the whole, you need to score a touchdown. Because scoring a field goal in today's NFL was just too easy. Kickers have gotten too good. You only need to get a few yards, and you're in field goal range already. Making the other team score a touchdown to automatically end the game, there's a lot of drama involved in that. I thought that was the way to go. But I think the NFL's overthinking this. I just don't like it.
One thing that comes out today from the meetings and Roger Goodell is this flag football focus. He's saying now it looks like we're going to have a pro flag football league, and the NFL's going to kind of be right in the middle of this. What do you think? Flag football, pro league?
It's interesting, and I don't know. I just don't know how it will work, because I keep sitting here saying for years and years, there's got to be some market for more football. I see people going nuts over the NFL, and you just assume that there's something more there to market. And none of the kind of alternate leagues have worked, the XFL or the UFL or anything like that. But now you say, well, maybe flag football. And a lot of, just to throw out a name, like a Ryan Tannehill being a quarterback. Oh, I know that guy. Okay, now he's playing flag football. And Tyreek Hill in a couple of years. He's already talked about wanting to play in the Olympics, when that's a sport there. Would you tune in to watch that? Old stars we remember who might not be, NFL level anymore, want to put their bodies through it, but can play flag football. Maybe. I'm interested. I think it's smart by the NFL to get in on the ground level of this, see if it works. Because, like I said, I think the appetite is for more football is there. They just haven't tapped into the right way to go about it to get that share of the audience. I
got to get your read on Aaron Rodgers. Frank Schwab in YahooSports.com. What do you think is the hang-up here with the Steelers? Their owner said, yeah, all the signs are pointing favorably here to Aaron Rodgers. What's the hang-up?
I don't know. I think there's some handshake deals. Maybe they want to get this done after the draft. But, yeah, I thought today was the key. Art Rooney II coming out and saying, yeah, we anticipate he's going to sign here. You don't say that unless you're pretty confident that that's going to happen. Mike Tomlin's been dancing around it, as he does, as is his want. I mean, that's not a player under contract for the Steelers. But Art Rooney coming out and saying, yeah, this is probably going to happen. That leads me to believe that there's some, whether it's comp picks or whatever, that they're just waiting until after the draft to get this done, and that it will be done. And it's made sense for a month. I mean, where else is Aaron Rodgers going to go? What else were the Steelers going to do? This is always kind of where this was heading, and I think that it will. I've always thought that it will. It makes too much sense from both sides. So I assume, anyway, that Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Steeler pretty soon here.
Frank Schwab, NFL owner meetings going on. YahooSports.com for the best coverage. Frank, always good, man. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate your time. Frank Schwab on tonight. YahooSports.com, national NFL writer covering the league owner meetings. Find him on Twitter at Yahoo Schwab. So he thinks the tush push gets tabled today. He thinks it gets tabled again in May. Going to have 24 teams to change a rule. Going to have 24 teams. They had 16 today. I would love the additional tweak. No advancing of the ball carrier down the field. I would love the additional. I mean, that's a beauty. Who likes the offensive lineman picking up their running back and carrying him into the end zone? Well, if it's your team. Yeah, I like it. It's great. No, I mean, that's not... maybe that's just because I'm a defensive guy, kind of. I kind of root for the defense because they have every single disadvantage ever. Can't hit the quarterbacks. Can't hit them there. Can't hit them this. Can't do that. Can't do this on the wide receivers. And now we have offensive linemen, just 3 of them picking up running backs and carrying them over the end zone. It's just crazy. It's ridiculous. So, all right. Tush push gets tabled. They'll bring it up again in May. Overtime, both teams are going to get the ball now. So it's hard for me to keep track. We tweaked this so many times. They're going to move it down to 10 minutes, regular season. Regular season, 10 minutes. I like Frank's point. He says, we're going to have a bunch of ties. Oh, do we like ties in the NFL? I hate that. I mean, who loves ties? Nobody. So both teams are going to get the ball no matter what, even if you score a touchdown now. The other team's going to get it. We got 10 minutes is all. So I hate ties. And then the touchback out to the 35. That's interesting. So you're probably going to get more strategic kickoffs and returns. It's that new return formation, but you're probably going to get more returns, is my guess. You don't want to do a touchback to the 35. That's the penalty of kicking it out of bounds. So now we turned that into just a touchback as like kicking it out of bounds up to the 35. That's interesting. Some interesting stuff out of the league owner meetings. Jerry Brewer's on next. National columnist, WashingtonPost.com.
This is South Dakota's Sports Talk Show.
Playground Grass by Forever Lawn is the high-performance artificial turf providing kids a safe, soft, beautiful surface for unrestrained play. Because the harder kids play, the harder they sometimes fall. Playground Grass is IPMA certified, meets ASTM standards, and is ADA compliant. Playground Grass is softer, cleaner, and safer than pea gravel, rubber mulch, and wood chips. Call 605-831-9026 or Google Forever Lawn in South Dakota. With dealerships on both sides of the state, we're ready to help you make your playground fun again. Forever Lawn in South Dakota.
Fleet Farm's kicking off a new season of deals with our Bring On Spring Savings event. Freshen up your landscape with bags of superior shredded mulch. On sale now, 5 for $10. Get a free $20 gift card when you buy $100 of select Columbia footwear and apparel. And swap out that old fishing line with some Berkeley Fire line, now just $15.99 a spool. Bring on spring with great seasonal supplies at the best prices guaranteed at Fleet Farm.
Ready to be part of something big? Meet the Rapid City Sports Commission, the powerhouse behind sports in Rapid City. The commission focuses on bringing regional and national tournaments, supporting homegrown events, and creating opportunities for our kids. But it's not just games, it's a win-win for all of us. Youth sports fuel our economy. Hosting events in Rapid City means out-of-town families shop, dine, and stay with us, which boosts sales tax revenues too. To get in on the action, visit rcsportscommission.com, where we're all about the hustle.
It's game on at the #1 sportsbook in Deadwood. With next-level game packages at the BetMGM Sportsbook, Tin Lizzy Gaming Resort has the perfect spot to watch college basketball this season.
Hit that one from the parking lot!
Cheer on all your favorite teams in a comfortable lounge lined with wall-to-wall television arrays.
And that's it! What a comeback!
Seat packages include free play and dining credit to take your game day to the next level. Get yours today at tinlizzy.com. And don't miss a single moment of the NCAA basketball tournament at Tin Lizzy Gaming Resort.
Talking car stuff with Brian from Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail. We've talked about remote starts and how they can make your winter life better. But I know that's not the only thing you guys can offer to help brave the cold.
For sure. Remote starts are one of the things that top that list, and we can install an Arctic Start remote start system from just $299.
Nothing better than getting into a warm running car to keep you toasty, right?
Exactly. We also have year-round winter tires by Toyo with a 60,000-mile tread warranty that we absolutely love. They're perfect for where we live, and now save $40 on a set of 4, plus save 10% on our Duralast Pro Power Ultra batteries, the only battery with roadside assistance and a 5-year warranty.
Sounds like Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail is the place to winterize your rig.
Stop in or give us a call, and we'll go over all the remote start, tire, and battery options available, and we'll do it with the best prices in the area.
Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail, folks. See anytime.com or at the corner of Highway 79 in East Minnesota.
Anytime Auto Sales.
And 200, 2 and a quarter, 2 to the bid, 1 bomb, 50, want to get 250 here, no 75, 275, now 3.
Hi, folks. Kevin McPherson Auction Company. We can turn your property to cash. We can sell your personal property and your real estate at auction. A family business for 64 years and counting. We've sold several millions of dollars in property over the years. We're happy to consult with you on your auction plans. Let our selling experience work for you. Call McPherson Auction, 605-348-1369. Visit us on our web at McPhersonAuction.com.
You're listening to The Nate Brown Show, also streaming right now on X. Follow us and watch the show live at Nate Brown Show.
All right, welcome back in South Dakota Sports Talk Show. Let's get to it. Jerry Brewer is going to cover the Final Four. You can follow him, WashingtonPost.com, national sports columnist for the Washington Post. Go to San Antonio. All number 1 seeds. Jerry, good to have you back on the Nate Brown Show. How are you?
I'm good. Great to be with you.
Appreciate your time as always. So I'll ask you right out. The big topic is all number 1 seeds. Is this the best scenario for college basketball?
You're damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? Like, if you have too many upsets, it's terrible. If you have too many number 1 seeds, it's boring. I think that where the sport has been post-pandemic, I think they needed something like this, Nate. I really do, where it's the name brand teams, at least of this season. Cooper Flagg, not only being a great college player, but someone who will be an NBA superstar fairly soon. Different styles of play, among all 4 teams. And I think you can just, you will truly, if you are only paying attention, glancing attention to college basketball, this is a true representation of what the season was like. So ultimately, I think it's a good thing. We don't need it every year, and I'm a little bit afraid of what this says about, power conferences. But I'm excited for it. I don't want to see number 1s every time, but I'm excited for it.
Okay, I've been watching this. I'm a Duke fan, and I've seen these teams a lot. I love the latter part of the tournament where you see great basketball, and I think we've seen some great basketball. People say, "Oh, it's just the number 1 seeds." I don't like that. I want some upsets. But if you're a basketball fan, Jerry, and you're going to be covering this Saturday, it's going to be. Isn't this the best basketball?
Yeah, it's certainly better than that Final Four in which we had UConn win it 2 years ago, and you had San Diego State and Florida Atlantic, and just all of these mismatches, and UConn just ran through the whole thing and won both games by at least 13, 15 points. So. And that UConn team wasn't even that good until the end of the year. I want to see greatness. I always want to see greatness at the end of the year. The NCAA tournament on the men's side is the strangest thing because it's the only postseason in sports in which interest drops from week to week. But I think, like, at this time, I think people really need to stop and pay attention. I'm telling you, within the next 5 years, we're going to be talking about Cooper Flagg as the best American basketball player in the world, in the NBA. And, like, he's going to be holding the hopes for Team USA to kind of thwart the threat that is, Victor Wembanyama in France in the Olympics and so on and so forth. And I think he's just probably a worthy caliber of player to hold that mantle, if he can live up to his potential, because the guy plays like dinner is on the line every time he steps onto the basketball court. I've just never seen someone with such a reputation play so hard on both ends, except for, I think maybe the last time, I think in college, it was probably Anthony Davis, who played that hard on both ends of the floor. He reminds me a lot of a combination of Kawhi Leonard with the intensity of Kevin Garnett. And what a player that would be if you could put those two together and he could reach his full potential.
Jerry Brewer covering the Final Four, WashingtonPost.com national sports columnist. Who do you say has the edge in Saturday's games? My bracket put, I got something right, maybe, Jerry. I put Auburn, Duke, so I'm in it. Who do you think has the edge Saturday?
Yeah, my heart says Houston, and I love how they play. And for the last 4 tournaments or so, I have picked Houston to win it all, not because of my head, but because of my heart. I just love what Kelvin Sampson is about. But that being said, that's almost an impossible matchup. It's hard to muck the game up against Duke. Duke is very good defensively. There's too many guys, too many pros on the team. They're too defensive-minded. Duke is too much skill and defense. And so Duke's going to win that game. I think even though Auburn has played better during the tournament, and Florida, I was at that game in San Francisco. Florida really shouldn't be there. It took a Texas Tech meltdown and just some incredible shot making by the Gators in the last 3 minutes of that game to win. That said, I'm just going to take Florida's superior depth, size, and then at the end of the day, they got Walter Clayton Jr. So I'm going to take them, and that might be an overtime game, Florida and Auburn.
Florida, Duke, Monday night, and who comes out on top?
I'm not going to go against the Blue Devils in that scenario. They got the best player on the floor in that game, and then they would probably have the second and third best players on the floor. And the great thing about the Blue Devils, and I'm not just saying this, Nate, because it's your team and you're a fan, they play, they understand their roles. And, very seldom do you see a team that has, I believe they have 5 freshmen, and 3 of them in super prominent roles. But then they also have James from the transfer portal. You've got Proctor, who has been on the team for an Elite 8 run. You've got a Caleb Foster, who is a starter on any other team in America, has accepted that backup role for a year. They have just a really nice balance. Normally a freshman-dominated team loses these days because everyone else is in the transfer portal and they got 22, 23, 24-year-olds, and they're just, no matter how good of pro prospects these guys are, they're just 19 years old, and they just kind of get physically beaten up. You really can't do that against Duke, and I've just never seen a Duke team or really any that's so freshman dominant that plays as selfless as they do. I mean, it's just been a phenomenal job by John Shire, and he's got some really tough coaching challenges, having to go against Kelvin Sampson, who's going to throw a lot at him, and then having to go against, either Bruce Pearl or the wonder kid, Tom Golden from Florida. I said wonder kid, as a funny Ted Lasso reference. I just think that it's their time, and what a transition that would be to go from Coach K, and then 3 years later, his replacement wins a national title.
Jerry Brewer covering the Final Four. We'll follow it. WashingtonPost.com national sports columnist on tonight. Jerry, always appreciate you. Enjoy the trip. Thanks a lot.
All right, anytime, man.
Appreciate it. Jerry Brewer tonight, WashingtonPost.com, national sports writer covering the Final Four. Back with who's hot and who's not next.
Straight to play.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
How do you make a buffet day even better? Make it a play day. The Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade is your place for good food and good times. Won the big game? Make it a play day. Aced your test? Make it a play day. Just need to get out of the house? Make it a play day. The Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade has all your favorites and all kinds of fun. So bring your family, bring your friends, bring your team. For good food and good times, make it a buffet day and a play day at the Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Our locally owned Ace stores are committed to helping our neighbors and our communities. And because we're in the neighborhood, we can deliver almost anything you need. So shop in store or online for whatever your home or yard needs. Choose from top brands like Milwaukee, Stihl, Traeger, and Benjamin Moore. Then pick up in-store, curbside, or we'll deliver your order right to your home. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know how to help. See acehardware.com for details.
Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is here when you need us for the extreme athletes or those everyday activities. From kiddos with broken bones to retirees with creaky knees. Whether you're pumping iron or planting petunias, we'll be in our clinic locations throughout the region working together. Monument Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, getting you moving again so you can confidently say, I'm back. Go to monument.health/orthopedics to find out more.
Hi, this is David Brenneman with Coldwell Banker Black Hills Legacy in Rapid City. Have you thought about buying a home or real estate in the Black Hills? Maybe you want to upgrade to your forever home? I have been helping people in the Black Hills find the right home for nearly 20 years. When it comes to buying or selling, experience matters. Let me do the work and you can open the door to your new home. Say hello to a good buy with me, David Brenneman. To get started, just Google David Brenneman, Coldwell Banker.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. Mixed precipitation possible at times. Tonight, otherwise cloudy skies expected. Lows dip down to about 31. Northerly winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected again tomorrow. A mixture of precipitation likely. Highs level off around 40. About an inch of snow tonight through tomorrow. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Currently, it's 37 degrees.
Hop into Easter brunch at the Box Elder Event Center on Sunday, April 20th from 10 to 2. Indulge in a brunch buffet full of favorites like Eggs Benedict, French toast, salmon, beef tips, and so much more. The kids will love the bounce houses, face painting, balloon art, and photos with the Easter Bunny. Heroes save 20%. Military, first responders, and teachers use exclusive coupon codes. Reservations are required. Grab your tickets now at thebox.live.
Cadillac Jacks is Deadwood's exclusive home of the Roaring Riches Jackpot. Just be actively playing your favorite slot machine with your club card engaged for your chance to win. The Roaring Riches Jackpot starts at $7,500 and must hit by $10,000. Plus, you can keep up to the minute on the current Roaring Riches total on your Cadillac Jacks mobile app. Roaring Riches has already paid out $2 million. Anyone at any time on any spin. You could be the next to win. Only at Cadillac Jacks Gaming Resort.
From high school to college to the pros, from Rapid City to Sioux Falls, the Nate Brown Show is South Dakota's sports talk.
Who's hot and who's not, brought to you by the Pizza Ranch. It's a quick one. Are you ready? Who's hot category. Every top transfer in college basketball right now is being offered $2.5 to $3 million. Jeff Goodman reporting today. In our Pizza Ranch Who's Not tonight, the Twins. They're 0-4, trying to win tonight. Their first game just underway against the White Sox. Come on, Twins. Let's get a W. Thanks for listening to the Nate Brown Show. Who's hot and who's not, out the door. We're back tomorrow, and the podcast going up right now.
My reason why is community.
My reason why is leadership.
My